Hello, welcome back to the Outfix channel for another one. Today we're gonna see how do I, 18-year-old female, talk to my boyfriend, 19-year-old male, about why I need reassurance. So, it's another one of them ones where I didn't read it yet, and I'm just going to give you my fresh reaction as I read it and see if we can help this girl out with needing reassurance from her boyfriend. This is something also that a lot of people talk about. People think that if you need reassurance, you're insecure. I don't believe that at all. I think that reassurance is something completely normal that you want from everyone, like your parents, your friends, and your boyfriend, your husband, sometimes even your children, for the people who have children. I don't know. If you got kids, drop it in the comments and let me know if I'm completely fucking wrong. All right, let's go. I'm an 18-year-old girl in a relationship with someone who's a 19-year-old guy who I care about deeply for almost 2 months. Okay, so it's quite a new relationship. But we have been running into some issues when it comes to how we express our loves and affection. I need some advice on how to help him understand my perspective. All right, let's go. To give you some context, he doesn't really get why I need reassurance in our relationship. He thinks that I should be happy with what I have, and just telling me he likes me should be enough. Okay. He also doesn't understand why I need extra effort from him. Things like receiving thoughtful gifts, physical touch, or him making time for me. For him, relationships have always been very low maintenance. All right. For me, though, I love the extra little things, receiving long paragraphs, flowers, handmade gifts, physical touch, and just feeling like I'm a priority. It's how I feel loved and appreciated. I've tried explaining this to him multiple times, and he's making an effort to open up and be more expressive, but he still doesn't fully understand why I need these things or why I don't feel secure without them. He's never had to give me this kind of reassurance, so it's hard for him to grasp why I need it. He's also not someone who requires reassurance or gifts himself, so it's just not natural for him to think that I would need these things. I really want to make him understand where I'm coming from without making him feel like he's failing or not good enough. I know he's trying, but it's still a challenge. Has anyone been in a similar situation? How did you help your partner understand your need for reassurance and effort, especially if they had different love language? I just want to find a way to make him see my point of view and build a stronger connection between us. Okay, that's actually very nice. And very rational and thoughtful, and I'm guessing it's you trying to find a way to communicate with your boyfriend a little bit more. First thing I would like to say to you is that you guys have been together for 2 months. This is very early. This is very, very early. You guys don't even know each other fully, unless you've been knowing each other before, which I don't know. But if you know each other for like 6 months maybe, and in the 6 months you've been dating for 2 months, you have so much space to grow, which is a good thing, by the way. It's a very good thing because you can try to show him how you'd like to be loved. So has anyone been in similar situations? I think that a lot of people are in this situation right now. I think myself, I'm in this situation still, in almost a 4-year relationship. It's hard to always communicate what we like the other person to do, but there is growth. So I know what my fiance likes. I know how to make her happy. I do it more often than I used to. I don't think I do it as much as she wants me to do it. Like, she doesn't do things as much as I want her to do it. But I think that me seeing the growth into her doing it more and more and more, and her seeing me do that as well, is something that make us feel more secure in our relationship and better, even though it's not like super perfect at what we want. But I don't think you want something super perfect, and I don't think you care if he misses like 1 or 2 times, or if he misses sometimes 1 or 2 times. It's a little bit vague, but if he misses the point sometimes, I don't think you would mind. I think he's just not getting there as often as you'd like. And so first thing is, relationship is very young. You guys have time to grow. Growth is made by example. You like getting touched? Like hug. That sounded very bad, but what I mean by that is like hugging. I'm guessing holding hands in the streets. Hugging whilst you guys watch TVs or something, TV shows or something. That is something that he can learn. So I think the best way you can do that is by doing it to him yourself, and being patient when he doesn't really like it or when that makes him feel uncomfortable. I think that is something you grow into, and it's not something that you can rationalize yourself into. So it's less of a, oh, I need to change your mind on this with like rational arguments. It's more of a, I'm gonna show you what it is. and I'm gonna show you why it makes me feel good, and I'm gonna show you why I think it's gonna make you feel good as well. Because people who don't like gifts and flowers, I don't think it's because they're like, oh, like flowers are ugly and gifts are useless, but it's more of like I'm uncomfortable with you making that much effort for me, uh, and maybe it's because they don't want to retaliate, or maybe it's because they don't know um, how to show you their love through gifts themselves. Like some people literally can't buy gifts for me. I'm like that a lot. Like if you're like, oh, it's my birthday, can you buy me a gift? I'm like, bro, I don't know what to get you unless you've said to me, oh, I need this specific one thing. I'm like, okay, I'll get you that one thing you need. And it's like, well, it doesn't really matter the price. I think it's just matters like if you need it or not, or if you like it a lot, right? So maybe in terms of gifts, try to look at his hobbies if you want to give him more gifts. Like, is he a gym rat? Okay, buy him new shoes, buy him like some weights, buy him like a quirky gym accessory that he might need because he's working on legs. Or if he's not a gym rat and he's like a business guy or something, you can buy him like a personalized pen, or like a small carnet, a small booklet with his name on it or something. Depending on what he does, like try to give him things that he's going to use every day so he can actually finally see the value of gifts and what they mean. So I'm obviously showing you my love, but I also want you to use the gifts to actually get better. I think it's like a more grounding way of looking at gifts, and then flowers and everything. I mean, maybe he doesn't really necessarily like flowers, but he probably likes beautiful things like maybe drawings or some type of music. I mean, I'm obviously a vinyl, and like music is a little bit more expensive than flowers, so it's not really like a small gift. But maybe like some type of food, like maybe you bring him like a fancy sushi or something if he likes sushis. So I think that you kind of want to show him how you would like to be loved, and you want to love him that way, basically, in order for him to learn how to have these behaviors towards you. Because usually when you love someone and they do something for you, you're gonna want to do it for them. And again, never say that, by the way. If he doesn't down the line give you gifts and you still love him and you want to stay with him, don't do the, oh, but I do it for you, why can't you do it for me? That is the worst thing you can say to someone, even though you're mad. And if that's what you're gonna say, just say nothing. And that goes for both cases. It's not about man or woman. This is just people. You don't want to be saying that to people because it's gonna make him feel like the gift is no longer something he can do for you. It's a duty. Like he has to do that for you. And you want him to do that for you. He needs to want to do it for you. And the best way to do that, I think, is just by showing him the kind of love you want. Do it for him, and he's gonna be uncomfortable, but tell him that that's what you're trying to accomplish. Give him time. Give him a lot of time. I would say as much time as needed. You guys are young, 18, 19. You're going to change in 4 years. You're not going to be the same person. You're going to have a job probably, and you probably are going to go through uni or for a course, or you're working right now and you're going to grow in your job, which is going to make you change. So always you're going to have to leave some space for him and yourself to change. And that's also probably going to bring more of the kind of love language that you want. If you guys spend a lot of time together in the next 3-4 years, you guys can mold yourselves into who you want to be for each other. So it doesn't matter that he's not it right now. You're young. He can become it. You have all the chances of him becoming that, for sure. And that's really nice of you to not wanting to make him feel like he's failing or not good enough for you. And it's actually beautiful that you do already think that he's good enough for you, even though he's not, meeting all your goals. And that is exactly what love's about, man. That's exactly what love's about. You got it. You got it right there. It's not because he's not exactly who you want him to be that he's not good enough for you. He is. And I think he's got all the chances on his side to be able to change and show you more love and write you long poems and give you flowers, until like I just reread that, receiving long paragraphs of love. Try to introduce him to romance. I don't know what you're into, if you're into like romantic books or if you're into romantic shows. You could introduce him into that. There's a lot of things that are made for men and women in terms of romance. I don't know if you guys like anime, so you have animes, you have TV shows, you have books. Maybe you guys can do reading nights where you read, you could read him, like for an hour, maybe like twice a week. You read him a little bit of romantic, like a romantic book or something. Something like that could be nice. Or you guys could write together. Like make a fun game. You guys write poems to each other. Or maybe he could write a love letter to, I don't know, his brothers and sisters, his parents. You train like that, where he you just want to teach him how to express his love better. There's a lot of guys that struggle with that. It's completely normal to not like get in touch. Like for a long time, I didn't really like when my mom was giving me hugs, or when my dad was giving me hugs. I don't know what it is specifically to this day, even after going to therapy and everything. But there is this thing that, and I think it's because of that toughness that we have. We struggle to switch between being tough, because sometimes as a man you have to be tough, but you have to switch to being affectionate, right? Like a man that's always tough it's not good, but that's fine. 19, you're still a boy, so you're allowed to not know how to switch from these things, and this is what happens at this age. But he might be, very lucky to have someone next to him, in order to help him change that, so that he can actually be more affectionate with his loved ones. Because I'm guessing this is probably not a problem only with you. He probably has that with his friends and with his family. I may be wrong though. He may be very affectionate with his parents and not affectionate with you at all, which is another problem, I guess. But in those cases, usually it's like a multifaceted non-affection type of thing. So I think you guys are in a good place. I think you definitely shouldn't even think about like breaking up with him at all. I don't know if you have, but don't. And the solutions: show him how you want him to be loved. Give him time. He can change. You guys are young. You can change as well. You will. It's not even can. You will change, because nobody stays 18 forever. I hope. And if you do, that's really bad. I'm I'm 24. I don't want to be 18 anymore. Not because my 18 years were bad or something. It's just different, and I just grew up, and that's what's gonna happen to you guys. And there is a very good chance that if you do stay together during those critical years of you guys growing up, that he might see how to love you correctly. So yeah, I hope that helped. I hope you guys are gonna get better. I hope he does give you more affection, and I hope that you can try and teach him the best way possible. So no rage, no getting angry, no none of that. I know I'm saying this because it can be a very frustrating to try to teach someone something, especially when they're your age, and them not getting it, instantly, where it seems to be a very natural thing for you. Is gonna have to take time. It's gonna have to take time. I think it's probably gonna take a year or two for him to do these things automatically and without asking you, or without you asking him. It's just gonna take a while. But if you're willing to, if you're willing to wait, and you're willing to be patient and teaching the stuff, I think everything's gonna be fine. All right. Well, if you have any suggestions, or you think I missed something, the poster, or anybody that's watching this video, please let me know in the comments. You can come to me live when I do live. Not this week though. I don't think I'll live this week, but I'll live sometime next week probably. And on that, thank you for watching, and I hope you have a lovely day. Bye bye. I'll see you in the next one.